Next is Clicks, which of course is Cape Town headquartered. Beauty, health, pharmacy, retail supplier. It's got a couple of other elements to its business as well. It's done very well recently. Market capitalization 32.22 billion rand. Price earnings ratio of around 30. Dividend yield of 2.08%. Let's look at that share chart. It's a 5-year chart. Tremendous performance. I remember when it was in the sort of 60 rand category and people wondered if it could still grow. Well, there you go. It has basically doubled in the last 3 years. Why is that, Lance?
Yeah, it really has done extremely well, where its model works very well. The pharmacy allied with the health and beauty, they've just got it right. Great operator, David Neal, came over from, I believe, Boots from the UK. So good knowledge of the sector, and really took a business that was doing well and just accelerated that growth. He's done a lot of smart things along the way. He's got the back end integrated, UPD, which is the distribution business, brought that in. Done some nice consumer driven things, like done a deal with Sorbet, where he's got the Sorbet brand inside his store. So really just to keep it fresh from a retail perspective, and where you really capture the basket, I think, of the consumer. They come in for their pharmaceutical benefits, and while they're shopping there, they buy a whole lot of other things. The Clicks Club card is also...
I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is a powerful driver of customer loyalty.
Exactly, and it really has been a massive, massive success. One of the biggest in South Africa, one of the longer established ones, but really part of that success. So the whole ecosystem of the Clicks is doing very well, and they've won the Netcare deal to manage their pharmacies in the Netcare hospitals. So really just adding all the time to the business and just keeping the machine going, really.
It's interesting because many years ago they went around buying pharmacies prior to the process whereby pharmacies were allowed to be owned rather by corporations, and it was quite criticized at the time. They appeared to have overpaid. Then the government hit them with the single exit pricing rule with regard to what you could sell pharmacies with. But in the process, they just developed the store footprint and then started the front of store rollout, because in many people's minds, the pharmacy was the dispensary and the other stuff was sort of like, I don't know, it didn't matter. It was just sort of a sideshow. But in fact, the opposite is now true, as you say. The nutraceuticals, the cosmetics, all of that stuff has become very important and a very big part of the revenue contribution.
Correct, and as the theory goes, as urbanization trend grows, which it definitely is, and more women work, they need beauty products for the workplace, and so you just see a natural increase in the demand for those products along with the other trends.
Plus millennials need to buy said products because now they're all taking selfies of themselves, so they need to look good. You see, you can't take a selfie of yourself if you're not looking sharp.
Exactly.
Okay, so that all looks fine, and competitively it doesn't seem to have really been too problematic for them, even though the same trends we were talking about in the US, where supermarkets are getting into this game, and where there's other competition from inter alia things like Dis-Chem, that doesn't seem to have been a problem for Clicks. They've just kind of motored on and continued to do well.
Yes, it seems the preference is to go to Clicks to buy these products rather than a Pick and Pay. So rather buying it with your fresh produce, it's almost like they've specialized in that space but expanded their offering very much so. And we'll talk about Dis-Chem, but there seems to be space in the market for certainly both those players, because I think the demand for what they sell is growing so much.
In an urbanizing population with lots of new young entrants into the job market. Okay, so hot or not on this one?
Hot on this one.
Yeah, I think so too. It's really done very well and continues to perform magnificently.